Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're jumping into one of the most exciting and honestly mind-blowing shifts happening in tech, AI image generators. If you've ever seen one of those incredible images online and thought, how did they make that from just a few words? Well, you are in exactly the right place. And let's just start with this idea right here, because it really gets to the heart of it. We're way past the point of this being just a cool new trend. This is a fundamental shift. We are watching the lines between art and technology completely blur in real time. So first up, we're going to dig into what these tools actually are and why they're causing such a stir. Let's get right into it. Okay, so what is an AI image generator? Think of it like this. It's a super advanced translator. It takes your words, what we call prompts, and translates them into a totally unique picture. You're literally turning your ideas into images. And this is what's truly revolutionary, the accessibility. You don't need years of art school. You don't need fancy, expensive software anymore. If you can describe it, you can create it. This is basically democratizing creativity for pretty much everyone. That all sounds pretty magical, right? But how does it actually work? In this next part, we're going to pull back the curtain a little and take a look at the engine that makes this all happen. It really can feel like a magic trick, can it? But behind it all is this really fascinating interactive process. It's not just you telling a machine what to do, it's more of a collaboration. So it's really a three-step dance. First, the AI reads your prompt and tries to understand every little detail. Then, it generates a first draft of the image. But here's the crucial part. It doesn't just stop there. You get to give feedback, tweak things, and refine it until it perfectly matches what's in your head. It's this back and forth that makes it feel less like a tool and more like a creative partner. Of course, not all these generators are the same. The market is exploding with options, and each one has its own special flavor. So let's take a look at the big players on the field right now in 2025. Okay, let's break this down. You've got Midjourney, which is famous for its incredible artistic styles. It just makes beautiful stuff. Then there's Stable Diffusion, which is a whole different animal because it's open source. That means it's free and incredibly flexible if you like to tinker. Then you have the heavy hitters like DALL-E, known for its deep customization, and Imagen 4 Ultra, which is all about getting the most jaw-droppingly realistic images possible. We're even seeing regional players like Seedream pop up. Really, it all comes down to finding the right tool for the job, whether you're after a specific style, total control, or just pure photorealism. So we know what they are, we know how they work, but what are people actually doing with them? This is where it gets really fun. Let's look at how they're being used out in the real world. And the answer is pretty much everything. Think about it. Marketing teams can spit out a bunch of unique ads in minutes. An author can illustrate their own kid's book. A fashion designer can visualize an entire collection without ever sewing a stitch. For artists, it's an amazing way to brainstorm, to just play with ideas at lightning speed. It's a huge boost for both speed and pure creative exploration. But, like with any powerful new tech, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are some really tough challenges and big questions we need to figure out. So now, let's get into the critical conversations that are shaping what comes next. You know, when these tools first appeared, there was a lot of fear. Many artists saw this as a threat, something that would devalue their skills. But as time has gone on, that feeling is starting to shift. More and more creators are seeing AI not as a replacement, but as an ally, a powerful new kind of paintbrush. But the challenges are still very, very real. We've got huge legal questions, like who actually owns an AI-generated image. Then there's the ethical minefield of making sure these tools aren't used to create harmful content. And the tech still has its limits, like it kind of struggles to capture real, deep human emotion. Plus, there's the huge ongoing issue of bias in the data they're trained on. These are the big hurdles we have to clear. So the path forward is really about pushing for something better. The goal is to make these AIs more intuitive, able to handle way more complex ideas, and, this is a big one, to build them to be more inclusive, so the art they create actually reflects the rich diversity of the real world. And that brings us to our final thought. For centuries, art has been about pushing boundaries. Now, with AI in the picture, we're crossing frontiers that seemed impossible just a few years ago. So it leaves you with this amazing question to think about. As art and technology become more and more intertwined, what's the next impossible barrier we're about to break through?